someone. So yeah, that's exactly me. Just go in there and like say something.
Hey Vivian, so we're here today at City Winery in Soho, where they have artists perform on stage, they serve dinner, and they also bottle and manufacture wine. We've been given a tour of the cellar room downstairs, and we've also seen the winemaking room upstairs. We were given a tour by one of the winemakers, actually. I'm just curious to hear your thoughts about the kinds of IP that we saw today.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting to see the whole process, to see how their Trademark City Winery is on everything from the corks to the bottles, labels.
I think it's really helping designate that source to consumers and let them know what they're getting, where it's coming from.
So we saw that the grapes were shipped in from all over the country and even from overseas. Can you explain to me a little bit about the geographic indications and what that means?
Sure. Well, under an international agreement that's known as TRIPS, certain countries are allowed to designate certain products that are grown in different regions. And in the United States itself, we have a trademark-like right for these geographical indications so that we can't just sell wine from Napa Valley without indicating that it is from Napa Valley, yeah.
So how do we decide what becomes a geographical indication? How did we decide Napa Valley was one versus just the state of California?
We have provision for certification marks. So certain regions or certain groups of growers can apply for collective marks as well.
So it'll be all like the grape growers in Napa Valley. They can all use this mark.
Right, they'll have rights to use that particular term. So when we were given a tour of the winemaking room, we got to see a little bit about what the corks were made of, and we also saw how the corks were actually put into the bottles.
Yeah, it was a cool automated process where I think they put the bottle in, and then it created a suction, and the cork went right in. A lot of that seems like it would be patented. It seems very complicated just to make one bottle of wine.
Yeah, so we were talking earlier about how they have this membership program here where people can come and make their own bottles of wine.
And their own labels.
Right.
A lot of times I see pictures, and that's something that people use to attract consumers to the bottles. They could copyright those pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. And we, during our tour here, had labels created for the American Bar Association.
Right.
We saw the ABA logo prominently on one of the bottles of red wine. But you can also have people's names.
Well, when they have the concerts here, they mention that a lot of the artists will have their name on one of the bottles, and that people can buy these bottles, and I guess that's sort of a right of publicity.
Right, and I guess the whole label itself would still have copyright on it. So there's various layers involved of the IP on a wine label. So in our day at City Winery, we learned not only is the winemaking process incredibly complicated, but also all of the intellectual property that goes into making a single bottle of wine is also incredibly complex.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Trademark City Winery, and then we saw the copyrights and right of publicity and the labels.
Yeah, there's a lot of IP involved. So cheers.
Yeah, cheers.